Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is Karma Speaks back with another video. We are having a phenomenal day today, and I will tell you why. Obviously, the setup is coming together. The YouTube setup is coming together, and obviously, when you feel confident in your work or in your stuff, you just feel good, right? So this is the first step in the direction of posting more and being more active because I'm confident in how everything looks. I know it's been taking too long. I'm a videographer. Like, I should have had a setup, way before. It's just been a journey because I had threw out my bed, replaced it with that couch. So now we have more space. We have something cleaner, just looking a little bit better. Anyways, today's video is going to be not special, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey in entrepreneurship and the things and the phases that I had to go through. I've been pretty much running my business for the better part of a year to a year and a half now. I really have been going serious and all in with it for the past year. I started it, I want to say, a year and a half ago to 2 years. There have been a lot of things that I've learned. I've met a lot of people. I've done a lot of jobs. Big jobs, small jobs with companies that you would be like, wait, what? You did a job for them? That's kind of crazy. My stuff isn't, out of this world in terms of the quality of my work, but it's pretty good for the niche in the area that I'm in. So we're just going to get into it. First thing when starting my first business was the idea, right? I will be honest with you. I never thought I was going to be a videographer or a photographer or anything like that. It kind of just fell into my hands. Obviously, you see the microphones, you see this stuff. Like, I have a lot of gadgets, and it's because I used to be into music. And I started off chasing my dreams with music. And honestly, music, it just didn't work out for me. I didn't have what I needed to have at that point in my life. I wasn't as confident as I am today. I was too afraid to put my stuff out there. I would pseudo promote it. Like, I would film one video of myself and then just kind of let go of it because I thought that, oh, I'll post it on my story and then somebody will discover me and then I'll become famous, right? And honestly, that wasn't the case for me. So I initially had purchased my first camera, the one that I'm filming on right now, because I wanted to film music videos of myself, for myself. And I gave it a shot. I made one video and it didn't turn out the way that I wanted. I was still proud of it at the time, but it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, for it to be worthy of me really making it something, right? Making music videos for myself. But something did happen. I was on the way to Manhattan with my mom, and we were going to my brother's art show because my brother's an artist. And a kid, I say kid, but he's my age, he walked up to me because he saw I had my backpack and he saw I had a tripod. And he asked me if I was a photographer. And I wasn't. I had only taken pictures of like flowers and stuff. But I said, yeah. I was like, yeah, like I'm mostly a floral photographer or whatever. As if like I was anything. No, I just took a couple pictures of flowers because I had nothing else that I could do, right? I didn't have any friends. I'm very to myself. So I say, yeah. And eventually we schedule a shoot, and then I charge him $125 for about 4 hours of my time, which now, like, I would never do. But at that point, it was what initially changed my life, because I was like, whoa, I can get paid from this. Like, I can get paid from taking photos. I was perplexed. Like, I was so lost. It was him and his friends. They wanted like, a video shoot or a photo shoot for their album cover. And I was just so like at a loss for words. And that moment had changed everything for me because I was like, I can make money from it. And so after that, I started actually like, just working towards getting more, right? Doing a little bit more, taking more photos, getting a little bit better, researching, learning about filming and learning about photos, and filming my brother, filming my lady, all that kind of stuff. And it just kind of snowballed from there. And then I had gotten some other jobs through like family members and, just people that I knew. Even my best friend at the beginning, he had booked a shoot with me and he paid $100. Like, he didn't have to do that, but he did. And so it was those very beginning things that kind of set me off and got me started in my career. Cause without it, I would have never even saw it as a career. I just would have saw it as, I have a camera. I wanted to, learn how to take photos and videos of myself so I could start to promote my music. And shortly after I actually started getting into the whole camera stuff, I kind of put music away. Like I really just put music away officially. I was like, I don't know what I'm not doing right. I'm not promoting myself. I'm not doing what needs to be done, but it's not working. So I put it away for that period of time, and it's still away currently. Next thing was obviously that proof of concept. Having that small portfolio of a couple individuals, my lady, my best friend, that group of individuals, even my mom, my brother, all these people in my small portfolio, I started to just outreach to people and just like ship it around, and that proof of concept definitely helped me, because there was a day where a local politician was holding a book bag giveaway or something like that. And my mom was like, go up there and introduce yourself. And me, like, I'm very introverted. And I was like, no, why would I? But eventually, she just kind of made it like a point, like, go do it. And at that point, I had my crappy portfolio of basically my lady. And mind you, I left my lady in the car on purpose because I didn't want the politician to see the photo of my lady and then be like, oh, that's your girlfriend? Like, do you do any actual work of people? So anyways, I I go up to the politician, I say I'm a photographer, and I offer her a free shoot. And she actually goes with it. She's like, yeah, your work is good. Like, let's do it. And I have the free shoot with her. And then she uses some of the photos as like her marketing materials. And because she was so popular in the area, anytime I would say, oh, this person, people would be like, yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm their photographer. I didn't even get paid for it, but I just said I'm her photographer. And that proof of concept, initially from the photos of my friends, or of my one friend, my lady, and some family members, was proof of concept to get her to say yes. And then having her in my portfolio was proof of concept to get other people to say yes. And then it just spiraled from there. It kept going from there. Each time I would get something new. Maybe I did a shoot for a restaurant. I would start promoting that as if I'm a restaurant photographer or restaurant video, whatever it is. But it was that proof of concept from each job that I did that I used to market myself and promote myself for the next one that I got. So that was another milestone that had really like just changed everything, is just having her specifically in my portfolio, because people recognized her. And she eventually did book me for another shoot for an event. And again, like, I just got to meet more people and just get my face out there. People started to see me in rooms and they were like, who is this guy? Like, we keep seeing him. Moving on, the next one was being fearless, right? This connects to the last one, just like the last one connected to the last one. Going up to, that lady's event, her book bag giveaway, and, saying, hey, look, I want to do this for you for free. That took a lot out of me. That took a lot of courage for me. And after that, I started door knocking, and I started cold calling, and I started cold emailing, and I did all these things over and over and over again. And that took a lot of courage. And that courage is what actually progressed my business to the next level. Like the real, like, hey, you're making like a halfway decent monthly income. Like at that point, I'm making anywhere from like $3,000 to $4,000 is when I'm door knocking and doing all this stuff to get more business, drive more sales and everything. And it was that fearlessness that really just like elevated my stuff, because before, sure, I had been cold DMing and like doing little things like emailing, but like it wasn't to the level where you gotta really be at. It's like, hey, like, I like your brand. Like, I really want to shoot some stuff for you. Nobody's gonna care. You have no social proof, especially online. I didn't have any other people on my page. I didn't have any collaborated posts, any influencers, nothing like that. So guess what? My portfolio wasn't enough to get somebody to book a shoot with me. But guess what? Walking up, knocking on their door and saying, hey, this is what I do. I want to do this for you for this amount of money. That absolutely changed everything. And of course, there was a lot of rejection. There was a lot of rejection. But if I didn't go up to some of these doors, I wouldn't have gotten certain opportunities. There was one spot that is near my house. And I had went in there before, and at first they didn't have a manager. So it was the owner, who was an older gentleman, who kind of was just like, whatever. And they had a social media manager. And so I went ahead and messaged through IG, and obviously social media manager didn't answer back because they thought I was competition or something. But then a couple months later, I go up there, and I'll be honest with you, somebody had to get me to go up there, right? Because I was visiting one of my clients who at the time I saw as somewhat of a mentor, who was really kind to me. I was visiting him, just kind of talking to him. And he said, "Hey, did you ever go to this place down the block?" And I was like, no, I didn't. I mean, they have a social media manager, and they kind of just blew me off. And he was like, "You're going to let the gatekeeper keep you from making money? That don't make no sense." He's a salesman, by the way. That don't make no sense. So then I'm like, all right, you're right. And I'm sweating bullets, and I'm nervous as heck, bro. And so I take his advice. I walk in there. I meet the manager, the new manager, who's a younger gentleman. And he's like, "Yeah, we need somebody. We just got rid of the last guy. He did a crappy job." And that first restaurant, again, was a new milestone because people recognized me, my work, and what I was doing for them. Because the videos I was making for them were absolutely insane. Like, some of them were crazy. And then I had my now mentor reach out to me from them. He saw the videos I was making for them, and he reached out to me and was like, "Yo, what's up?" He gave me the muscle in it. That's the type of guy he is. But he was like, "Yo, this is dope, bro." All that stuff. And then we met up eventually, and he got me a lot of business. So moving on from, the whole being fearless, door knocking, cold calling, cold DMs, Loom videos, all those really elevated my business to a new level, a new height. Next thing was learning and figuring out a strategy. This kind of ties into the last thing, but it was before, my strategy was, let me kind of just film cool videos and give information about videography. Here's ISO, or what is ISO? What is this camera setting? Or what does that mean when you deal with cameras? A client doesn't give a shit, pardon my tongue, a client doesn't give a shit about camera settings. They give a shit about, does this person do good work? Is it going to make me more money? And I didn't realize that at first, but it took me a while to start to realize it and catch on. And as soon as I started implementing, just showcasing my work and showcasing my results, and people seeing the amount of views that we do, then it clicked. I knew my strategy was showcase my work. If I want to cold outreach to somebody, send them a post that I had did, rather than just saying I'm good or letting them go to my profile. Yeah, they're going to go through my profile, but let me send them a promo of the business that they're in, or the industry they're in. I recently did a promo with a salon owner, and it was a beautiful piece. Guess what I'm going to do today and tomorrow? I'm going to take that video, I'm going to post it on my account, and then I'm going to send it out to all the other salons and say, "Hey, we recently did this video with this person who has a bunch of followers, and this got a bunch of views. Would you like to have something like this done for your business? $1,000. Because that's how much it cost that lady. It was different because she wanted to keep going back and redoing certain things, but I'm going to start to charge $1,000 for it. You know why? Because proof of concept. I did it in this industry with this popular person. You want to be like this person. Let's run it up. And that became my strategy. Post my content, post the good content. If I want to outreach, then I'm going to send them this content. If I want to have a lead magnet, it's just going to be posting good content and collaborating with people on posts, sending it to whatever it is. A lot of times nowadays, most of the people find me. I haven't had to outreach in months. I'm going to, because July has been a little bit of a slower month. So I want to ramp it up a little bit, hopefully by the end. But guess what? I haven't had to outreach because I've been posting my content, showing that I actually do shit, showing that I'm actually active and that I have a clientele, a business that I'm running. If you can't showcase that, if you're too busy talking about, things like, camera lenses and primes versus zoom lenses, you're not going to get anywhere. Only reason I've been able to get as far as I have in the period of time that I have is because I learned it's not about the technical things that I have to explain. It's about, do my videos look good? And can somebody see themselves doing it? And them seeing themselves is film a salon owner, market it to salon owners. Don't film a salon owner and then market to dentists. That don't make no sense. Film a dentist, market a dentist. Film a plastic surgeon, market to plastic surgeons. That's how it goes. And that's exactly what I do. I'm giving away my cards. That's exactly what I do. Moving on. Again, this ties into the last thing, constant marketing. That's all I do on my page. There's not much personal stuff on my page at all. I'll show like, me unboxing or showing that I got a new piece of gear, but everything is marketing. Me showcasing that I'm going on a shoot is marketing. Me showcasing what I'm shooting is marketing. Me showcasing that I'm working with this new client is marketing. All of it is marketing. And these are all tactics that I use to build my business. But everything is a piece of marketing. If I go outside, if I want to get business, I'm carrying around my camera. If I want to really get business, I will rig out I'll rig out my camera to look super crazy and I'll just walk around. When I go door knocking to find businesses to work with, I walk around with an iPad with some of my work on it and then a big ass rigged out camera, because your brand is whatever it is that you're holding. You want to showcase it. I'm not going to walk in just because when I started, I only walked in with either my phone or my iPad, and it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. People didn't know. They thought I was just a kid that just, he filmed some video. No, I really do this. So I bring the big camera and everything, and then I have my iPad and I'm like, this is what I do. I show them the best of my work, and I show them my Instagram profile, and they go there and they base their assumptions and their perception of me off those things. How am I dressed? What am I carrying? And what does my work look like? And having over 1,000 followers at this point does help, because before I only had 200, 300. So that's about it. Moving on from there is where I'm at currently in my business. I'm scaling, right? And I can't say that I figured this out yet. I can't say I figured it out yet, but I'm working on it actively. And the scaling portion is, I have a clientele. At this point, I know how to get more business. I just need to learn how to service the amount of business that I have and that I can potentially get, because I haven't been outreaching and doing my due diligence to get more business because I'm already packed out. I got enough shoots that I got to do. I got enough edits that I got to do. And I'm making 10 to 12K a month. And, at this point, if I wanted to coast, I could coast for the next 2-3 years until inflation catches up and I need to make another 5K a month for it to be comfortable again. But as of right now, I've reached how much I can do per day solo, and I need to start to delegate and send things out. And I've just started doing this. I'll be honest. I started with just a real estate photo editor, but I need more. I need a real estate photo editor. I need somebody to work for me in terms of shooting. I need a video editor. I need a virtual assistant. I need all these things. But guess what? For me right now, I'm still trying to break the mindset of, I've never touched this amount of money before, and I don't want to get rid of this money that I just touched. That's where I'm at currently. That's where I'm at. And so that's been the whole sequence in me building my first ever business, right? And it's kind of crazy because I've always been the poor kid. I'm not gonna lie. I've always been the poor kid. I've always, not had it. I can't even say nice clothes. I'm more like, I didn't really have that many clothes. I would get made fun of for wearing the same 3 outfits over and over again, or the same shirt over and over again. Like, I had 3 Target or Walmart shirts that were like cats. And I would get made fun of for wearing those. And then I'd have 3 joggers because those were what was in. And I had 1 pair of jeans, 3 joggers, and I would wear those over and over again. And I got made fun of for it too. Didn't have many Christmases growing up. Like, as a little kid, when, my father had it for a little bit of time. But after, that wasn't there, didn't really have much for Christmas or nothing like that. Birthdays, not really much of that. Back to school shopping was always done at Walmart, Target. So that was my life throughout my very important formative years. So now that I'm on the other side of it, where I'm finally starting to get it at a younger age, I'm afraid to let go of it and pass it on to employees or whatever. But I know it's going to take me to the next level, because to make the amount of money that I make, I don't think it should take 18 hours of work a day. I don't think it should take 16. I barely even think it should take 8 hours of work a day. I think it should take 3 to 4 hours of work a day for me to make 10 to 12K. And that's not even where I want to be at. I want to be at 20 by next year, if not 30. Because money is just numbers on a screen. It really is. I mean, yeah, you can find the paper, but 10 G's is the size of this C4 can. Seriously. 10 G's ain't nothing. You know? It's a lot of money to save, to do stuff with, but it's like, it's the size of it is nothing. This is like the size of nothing. The size of nothing. 10 G's. You might even be able to fit 20. If you roll it up and stack them on each other, you'll fit 20 G's in there. Guaranteed. So money's just numbers on a screen and small pieces of paper, but there's so much value backed behind it. And so I personally feel like it shouldn't take as much work as I'm putting in to make the amount of money that I make. It should take a lot less work to reach that level. And so my next goal is to scale my business so that I'm able to make 30K a month while putting way less effort in, and I have other people doing things for me by delegation. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Appreciate anybody that watched this. This is definitely a new chapter in the YouTube journey because we got the setup looking a whole lot better. I'm going to film another video right after this, so hopefully you guys stick around to watch that. Appreciate anybody that watched this. Peace. Yo, this is Karma Speaks. I appreciate you guys for watching this YouTube video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and it definitely helps. We are trying to grow this YouTube channel. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys like it, and make sure you guys share this to one friend, because Karma Speaks is going to the moon, and I want you guys there with me. Appreciate anybody that watched this. Peace.